Have you ever gone out looking for something and you come back with something you wasn't intending to buy because it was on sale? Well, I did that. I was going to plant me some potatoes, and I suggest you do too if you don't already have some. I got some Yukon Golds. Went up to my local co-op and got me some seed potatoes. And I told the lady, I says, I want to buy a couple of pounds of seed potatoes from you. She told me, she says, well, it's getting a little late in the year, and the seed potatoes are $1 a pound, but I can sell you a 50-pound bag for $15. So guess who came home with a 50-pound bag of Yukon Gold seed potatoes? That's right, I did. And now I'm trying to figure out what in the world am I going to do with this many potatoes. I don't have an acre of land here. So I'm going to give some of my neighbors some of these and let them have a little late season fun, see if they can grow them some. And then I'm going to try to find a good home here, scratch up a little ground. Now, Yukon Gold potatoes, they spread out. They're a little strange. They don't go too deep in the ground. Their taters, they make them up close to the surface. And I was looking for some red Pontiacs. Those are an indeterminate variety, and they'll keep growing and making potatoes all the way up. You keep piling dirt on them. I'm going to have to get experimental with these potatoes to have enough of a place to plant them. But I don't know. I probably got 30 pounds in there, and if I get 30 pounds back, I'll be lucky, I'm sure. Especially this late in the year. Oh, and I don't, they're cute little things. Cute little potatoes. Look at that. Now, back when I was a kid, we had a lot of potatoes that we grew, and we'd quarter them up, cut out everything that had an eye with a chunk of the potato and let them dry. We didn't plant whole potatoes, but that's not a bad cause right there. There's only one sprout there. If they have multiple sprouts, then you cut them up, many of them. But here's a question for you: which came first, the potato seed or the seed potato? Okay, because potatoes do have seeds. They are a plant that makes its own seed. But potatoes can be notoriously hard to start from seeds. So most of the time what happens is, what people do is you save a little bit of your crop and you put it into conditions that are right for them to sprout. Normally that's in your basement or some other cool, dry place where you're going to store them anyhow. And then after a while, they start sprouting. And that's what seed potatoes are. They're just regular potatoes that they put into the conditions that are needed for these to start sprouting. And they sell them this way. Because there's people that have asked a question, what is a seed potato? It's just a normal potato that they've let sprout. And they put a lot of them in the conditions so that they can. That's all it is. Potato seeds are tiny little seeds. And so to those of you that's wondered about it, now you know. I'm going to see what I can do with these, and maybe I'll get back 30 pounds of potatoes. If you now for me in my part of the world, it's late. It's still time to plant a crop of potatoes. But if you live further north, there's still plenty of time. So go on and find out about your area and get something in the ground. Get you some potatoes in the ground. going to be the best crop you can have for providing you with massive amounts of energy, carbohydrates. And potatoes can be cooked so many different ways. We all know that. Potatoes are known to be one of the best all-time survival you need to have foods on the planet. Well, as luck would have it, my phone overheated and shut off. So I've got to finish this up. I wanted to mention a few things extra here, but I just wanted to give y'all a look. See that? That's that's some of my mulberries about to start here. They're turning from flowers into some tasty looking mulberries. It's going to be a good harvest this year if I can beat the if I can beat the bugs and the birds and the wind to my delicious mulberries. Now, I want y'all to know something. I have become a little took with this tater. Look at that. It looks like some kind of face, like a jack skeleton face with the mouth and the eyes there. Potatoes are fun, right? Now, I'll tell you what, I got 30 pounds of these things. About 30 pounds. I'd say maybe a little bit more than that. I don't know, but it's a bunch. I may wind up having to eat some of them. I don't know. I'm going to plant them somewhere. I'll plant them in the ground or plant them in my belly. Now, it really is. The potatoes are something that just about anyone can grow. And they are a powerful food. It's one of the things that you want to get. And this is, for we don't know who's watching videos. Maybe they're experienced gardeners and maybe it's folks gardening for the first time, okay? My best suggestion to everyone is to be growing potatoes. They do so much for so little. Um, it, it, you really want them, okay? Now, whenever I first started growing potatoes, I didn't know this, okay? I mentioned to it a little bit just a few minutes ago, all right? Each potato variety, they grow in a different way, okay? They don't all do the same thing. The Yukon Gold, they spread theirs out. They spread potatoes out just under the surface of the soil. They don't go down deep, okay? The reason I'm mentioning this again is because it is so important. Many people fail when they're growing potatoes for the first time because they don't know this. The red Pontiacs are an excellent choice for people that want to take like a big, like a garbage can or a big container, and plant their potatoes in that. And then you just keep covering them up and they will grow potatoes all the way up and just keep going, through the season until they're done, and you'll have a lot of potatoes that way. Now that's the red Pontiacs. There's other varieties that do the same thing. Now when it comes to russet potatoes, white potatoes, different varieties of those, you may have some of those varieties that will just put one crop, down into the soil. It'll work, and you'll have to dig them up from much deeper in the soil. And you may have some of them that do like the red Pontiac, and they will grow continuously up. Now, people mound up their potatoes as they go so that they will, bring some up closer to the surface. But you really need to do a little research on what kind of potato that you want to grow, all right? One of them is going to be perfect, or maybe several varieties will be perfect for you, and they'll have different ways that you can grow them and plug them into your gardening system to make you more food. And if you've got more food, you won't have a grumpy look on your face like Jack potato skeleton here. So anyhow, folks up north, get going. I'm about out of time here to grow some potatoes, but we're gonna see what we can do. Until next time, y'all be good.